From the Empire State to the Golden Gates, this is QuadRadio USA.
Cool. Oh, yeah.
Now, with all the dirt from the world of ATV motocross and GNCC racing, here's Mr. 10 Seconds, Rodney Tomlin.
Well, good evening, everyone, and welcome here to another edition of the E-Racing QuadRadio show. I'm Rodney Tomlin along with you tonight, and of course, our guest is the newly crowned WXC ATV GNCC Women's Champ, the WXC Women's National Champion. We're going to be talking with Hannah Hunter coming up here in just a few moments, which is a pretty historic thing that we've got going on there as far as that is concerned. She is obviously a historical character now in GNCC racing. We'll talk a little bit more about that. I do want to say special thanks to some great folks that help make things possible here in E-Racing QuadRadio land. Of course, our good friends at E-Racing, can't do it without them, so a big special thanks to everyone over there on the E-Racing Quad racing team there on the ATV motocross side of things. It certainly has made things a lot easier and a lot better for us here in the QuadRadio racing, QuadRadio broadcasting world, I guess I should say. It's helped us expand to do these live broadcasts. We are currently live on Facebook and on YouTube through the QuadRadio stream. So if you would share it, comment, go like the Facebook channel, go like the YouTube channel, whatever the case may be, and sign up for notifications and things of that nature. I also want to take this opportunity to say a special thanks to several folks that make it possible. I do want to say thanks to our good friends at Phoenix Racing. And, of course, Phoenix Racing, we know them from both the GNCC and ATV racing world. Some big news coming out from that world here pretty soon. I know that Joel Hetrick is currently trying to win the AMA Pro ATV Motocross Championship. Would be his third, but unfortunately he's about 10 points down with 2 motos left to go. So I don't know if he's going to be able to do it when they go to south of the border, which is coming up this weekend. Our plan is to run the audio of that on QuadRadio Mixler channel, so hopefully you guys will be able to get through to that. Also want to say thanks to Todd and all the guys over at Teedley Energy Racing on both the QuadRadio side of things for GNCC and for the 10 Seconds XC Off-Road cast that we got started, the sister cast here to the E-Racing QuadRadio show. Decker Training Facility, I want to say thanks to those folks. You know, we've been talking a little bit about them. It's been kind of, hit and miss on those folks. As, you say, well, check them out. Well, they say, come train with us this off-season. They've got things really going and amping up right now for the off-season. They've got a quad-friendly environment, and, of course, the facilities and amenities include family-friendly environment, RV hookups, bike wash station, fully equipped gym, shower house, on-site washer and dryer, basketball court, and a game room. Plus, they've got an advanced track, intermediate track, a woods loop, a mini track, and a pit bike track. Premium membership details valid through from December 2020 through April 2021. $5,000 plus $1,000 for additional family members and riders. Access to all tracks and amenities is what that will get you, and on-site mechanic and private lessons are available at an extra fee. An extra fee does apply for some of those services, like the mechanic or I'm sure the training services and things like that. They also have non-member pricing. Day pass for $40, camping $65 a night, primitive camping $45 a night. They're located at 2516 County Line Road in Fountain, Florida. Reserve your membership slot today. You can give them a call at 850-722-7616. That's 850-7216. Want to say thanks to Decker Training Facility for bringing the E-Racing QuadRadio show. They are presenting sponsors, our friends at Phoenix, Teedley, and Decker Training. Also want to say thanks to DP Brakes, Larry Mills and all the boys and gals over there, XE Part Solutions, and also my good buddy John Coffey at Amsoil, your independent Amsoil dealer. Be sure and give him a call. We'll have information on him coming up during a commercial break here in just a few moments. Also, I want to say thanks to Walker Fowler Racing and also to XE Motorsports, the best upgrades for your ATV and UTV. You can check them out at xemotorsports.com. You can buy parts, accessories, and all kinds of cool things over there. So we want to say thanks to all those guys for making that possible, making that happen. And yes, we do. We have the WXC national champion, Hannah Hunter. She is standing by the wayside right now. She is preparing herself for this big moment in the sun, so to speak. At least I hope she is. I hope she feels that it's a big moment in the sun for her. But nonetheless, we're going to be actually with her coming up here in just a couple moments. I do want to say thanks to a few folks. Here's where you get your Amsoil information. And check out this video featuring the Decker Training Facility as well. We'll be right back with Hannah Hunter as the E-Racing Quad Radio show continues.
WXC Part Solutions is now available trackside at all GNCCs. Open Friday, noon till 6, Saturday, 7:30 a.m. to 6 p.m., and Sunday, 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. WXC Part Solutions is a Moose Racing and Parts Unlimited dealer with a great inventory of Moose Racing products along with needed parts for bikes and quads. If you need raincoats, they got them. Umbrellas, they got them. Elephant ears for those mud races, they got them. Dry erase boards and markers, they have those too. Come by for a great deal on a great selection of Moose goggles and tear-offs used by a number of GNCC racers, located on Vendor Row next to the Moose Racing Transporter. WXC Part Solutions can take orders at the track and it can be shipped right to your house. Late need orders for in-stock products received before noon on Wednesdays can be picked up at the track. Email xcpartsolutions@gmail.com, on Instagram at xcparts, or give them a call at 931-854-1100 or 931-261-2004. And don't forget, all racers will receive rider support pricing from WXC Parts Solutions.
Did you know you can save up to 25% and receive free shipping on great Amsoil products with their preferred customer program? Amsoil also has special pricing arrangements and free shipping for commercial accounts such as trucking companies, loggers, landscapers, and businesses like yours. Or if you have a business and would like to begin selling Amsoil products, you could qualify to participate in the Amsoil Retail Account program. You could become an independent Amsoil dealer and build and grow your own profitable businesses. For more information, call John Coffey, your full-service Amsoil dealer, at 877-694-4763 and leave him a message. John Coffey and Amsoil, your first call for synthetics.
Hi, I'm Walker Fowler, and this is a DP brake rotor. And these are DP brake pads. Larry Mills and DP Brakes have been a part of my program for over a decade. Recently, we completed the Heartland Challenge, a 10-hour ATV endurance race that is not only physically demanding, but demanding on my machine and my parts. And that is why we choose DP brake pads. At the end of the race, we had 0 brake failures, and they looked brand new. If you aren't using DP brakes, what's stopping you? Literally.
Hi, this is Stephanie from JSR Moto Designs. JSR Moto Design specializes in replacement Nerf bar nets for all makes and models that can be fully customizable to your needs. Our custom apparel can be specifically designed for your race team. We can help make what you wear personal on and off the track, including embroidered or printed hoodies, jackets, t-shirts, hats, jersey lettering, butt patches, and more. Check us out at jsrmotodesigns.com or find us on Facebook and Instagram.
Radio show. I guess I should do that right there. Welcome back to the E-Racing Quad Radio show here on QuadRadio.net, I guess you could say, but we're on Facebook and we're on YouTube here this evening. And our guest, the number 718, the Hurricane herself, Hannah Hunter, out of Saylorsburg, Pennsylvania, the newly crowned WXC GNCC Women's Class Champion. And I'll give you a quick bit of a note real quick, something that I think is probably exciting and highly anticipated for several years, and that's the fact that she is the first rider, WXC champion, that ever came through the youth ranks, through the amateur ranks, into the WXC class. So we say good evening and welcome to Miss Hannah. How you doing tonight, Hurricane?
Good evening, Rodney. I'm doing great right now.
Awesome. Glad to have you on board with us, and glad that you could take your time out to be a part of tonight's E-Racing Quad Radio show. You know, I didn't quite realize that you'd actually wrapped up the championship, but I guess you pretty much won almost every round this year, I guess, whenever we look back on it, huh?
Mm-hmm. Everyone but one.
That's pretty good. That's pretty impressive, too, because we haven't seen the likes of that for a while. I mean, even though 12-time herself, Tracy, I think Tracy Pickens will probably have a tough time saying that she had that many wins in seasons, and I'm sure she had a few of them, but not very many, especially with the competition field as thick and as deep as what it is right now.
Yeah, the competition right now is definitely much faster.
Yeah, it is. It is very fast. So tell me a little bit about what your relationship with the girls are like. I mean, you got a couple of, Angel, I've seen her in and out of the class a few times this year. She's a former champion. You've got Tracy, who's won this thing 12 times. Also, Alicia McCormick. Plus, you've got some other up-and-comers and some girls and some ladies that have been working on it for quite some time as well. What's the camaraderie like there in the WXC class?
We're all a big family right now. Alicia and Tracy have been with me forever. They've been helping me out and teaching me everything.
So, can you say they're pretty excited? Have they started holding back now that you started winning so much? Are they not as, I guess, available for information as they have been in the past?
Not much. I mean, they still help me there now, but.
Well, that's good. That's good to know that they're still helping you out and everything, because it means a lot to have that happen. So, as we said, Hannah, you are the first women's class champion to come through the youth ranks, and let's talk a little bit about that. Tell me the story of Hannah Hunter and how we got to where we are at right now, a near perfect ATV GNCC WXC championship.
Well, I think we started back in 2010 GNCC racing, and in 2011 I won my first ever GNCC race at John Penton, and pretty much just worked my way up through the youth and had 2 championships. And once I got to the women's amateur, I tried to get championships, but we had some bad luck and we broke down a couple times. We ended up, I think, 3rd and a 2nd, and we moved up to the WXC last year. And we had a couple good races, a couple really bad ones. We won my first ever WXC race at the Mountaineer. And then this year, something clicked in my head, and we went out rolling, and we won 9 out of the 10 races, and we got 3 more to go.
I turned my mic off. Sorry about that. I was trying to fix a couple of things there, but wow, that's impressive. I mean, that was a pretty quick graduation, I think, into the WXC class. Whenever you got into that last year, what was it like? Tell me what your first races were like there in the WXC class.
Well, my first race, we actually finished on the podium, and it was pretty awesome. It was a great feeling. But then we had a couple bad races last year. We broke down a lot. And then the last 2 rounds actually clicked pretty good. We got a first and a second. And we finished 4th for the season.
Wow. That's got to be, that had to give you some good incentive coming into the season, I guess, then. Were the other girls kind of worried about you whenever they started looking at the big picture and realized that, wait a minute, man, Hannah's coming and she's coming on strong? I mean, were you a surprise to them this season, or was this something they were expecting?
I mean, I really don't know, but it was a big surprise for me.
So you reeled off the first win. Take me through this season, and the races and what it was like after each one of the races, because I'm sure each one of the races have their own special memories, because taking the season opening win there at Big Buck, I'm sure it was something that was just kind of blew your mind away. You were like, wow, I did it. I got the win here, and I'm the points leader. And that's something that, to say that you're points leader, that's pretty exciting when you think about it. I mean, you've watched basically these girls since you were racing in the youth class as a little girl yourself on probably a 70 or 90 or something like that, huh?
Yeah. Big Buck was actually my best race. Me and Tracy battled the whole race, and it came down to the last turn, actually. I won by 1 second.
Wow.
Which is pretty crazy. And then we went to Florida, I think, and we didn't really have a good start. We pushed through the pack, and we were 3rd, and the last lap, we passed the last 2, and just never looked back and that won. And then I think we went to Georgia, and that was a pretty good one for me. I finished 3rd overall and 1st in class. And then we had a break. We went to Georgia 2.0, and that one was a tough one for me. I had some quad issues, and then I decided to close on myself trying to pass for the lead and finish 2nd. And then the rest on out, we won. And this last one, John Penton, was pretty memorable. We locked it up, and we got another 3rd overall, which my goal is to keep getting on that overall podium. That's impressive, because not only have you been winning the women's class, but you've also been on the overall podium, which is something that we used to see it a lot, but since basically the advancement of the 4x4 pros and these kids, it's been a little tougher for you guys with these the schoolboy classes and stuff like that have been racing in there with the time adjustments and so forth. But here you are. Wow, you're doing it. You're getting on the podium overall again. You're winning races in the class. You won the championship. That's a pretty stellar year for you. Yeah, these 4x4s did not make it any easier, but we're grinding, and we're trying to get back on the podium like they used to.
Right. So, all right. So let's talk a little bit about you the Big Buck and went through all that. Was there anything special about any of these races that stand out in your mind? You look back over the 2020 season. You got that win, obviously getting that momentum. That was exciting. And then as you got another win and another win, tell me what it was like. What it was like with you and your dad and your mom and everybody that was involved in the program and in the racing. There had to be a sense of just excitement starting to build as you saw the possibility becoming a reality.
Yeah, I say it really didn't click for me till we had this Corona break, and I'm the points leader, and I just didn't want to lose it. I put in some work over the break, and we just kept working, and we just kept going.
That's awesome. And so what's the plans for the rest of the season?
Everyone's like wants me to go up to College A, but I think I'm going to stay in WXC for a couple rounds to get some overall points, and then maybe the last round I'll move up to College A.
Really? So thinking about that just to test the waters to see where you're at. That's not where you're going to be racing next year, is it?
No, I won't be racing. I just want to try to get faster and see what the pro track is actually what about.
So when you go to local races and other series, say regional series and things like that, do you race the women's class or do you race against the boys?
I race District 6 series. I race the Open A against all the pros.
Oh, wow. So how do you normally fare in that one?
Last year we finished second in the class, and we're usually top 5.
Are you serious? I mean,
Yep.
how come I haven't heard this before? this is something. This is news that you think that somebody be saying, "Hey, man, you got to be watching this girl. She's on fire right now." And I mean, obviously we recognized it with the racing and stuff, but I mean, I didn't realize that things were as monumental as what they are, as big as what they are.
Yeah, kind of keeping it on the low last year, and we've put in a lot of work over the winter, and now we're here.
So what kind of work did you do over the winter? Or how old are you? You're what, 17, 18 years old?
18 years old, and I've been wrestling for my high school varsity team, and I just graduated last year. So over the winter, I was wrestling.
I remember hearing the stories now that you mention it. I do remember hearing stories about you being a wrestler. Was it the boys wrestling team that you were on?
Yes.
So how were your wrestling skills?
Against the boys, they're pretty good. It was pretty tough, but we just kept my mind straight. And
well, the good thing about it is you wrestle people the same weight and basically the same size as what you are, so it makes it a little more convenient, a little easier. So when you would beat the boys in wrestling, I mean, ATV racing, I know the guys now are like, she's just fast. They don't think anything about whether you're a guy or a girl on a four-wheeler anymore. But whenever you think about wrestling, mano a mano or mano womano, however you want to put it, I mean, I would have to think there'd probably be a boy or two that would probably be like, oh, my gosh, I just got my butt handed to me by a girl.
yeah, sometimes.
So was there anybody that you just really like beating more than anybody else?
No.
I would have to think. I'd have to think there'd have to be that one kid that you would like to square off against as often as you possibly can, more than any other time. So, what's the plans for the future? Are you going to be going into college? Are you going to be wrestling in college? Are you going to be doing anything else like that?
Well, I had a scholarship for college, but I turned it down to race because
Really?
it would have
Took up too much time of your racing.
I wouldn't have been able to.
So, obviously, if you're going to wrestle, they're not going to let you race an ATV. That has to be something that the coaches frown upon, that's for sure. But wow, I mean, just the possibilities and the opportunity, I mean, that's pretty impressive. But I think what impresses me most is the fact that you turned them down and you said, no, I want to go race. So what do you hope to gain out of this? I mean, out of the women's. I mean, we've seen Tracy do such a great job. We've seen Angel, seen all these girls rise and you know, you have been around. I'm sure you know the notoriety, and I'm sure they're making a little bit of money. I mean, so tell me, I mean, what are you looking for out of this in the future?
Well, I have a couple of goals. One is definitely to beat Tracy. That's my goal, to get at least more championships than her. I know it's a big goal, but this is what I want to do. And another one is I'd I just want to make women's GNCC racing great again, and just want to make it big and try to get some more money and get the youth racers keep coming up and trying my best. And all these youth racers, I just hope you guys keep grinding and look at me now.
There you go. There is a light at the end of the tunnel then, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, let's talk a little bit about that. You talk about youth racing, and that's one thing that we haven't even touched on because, I mean, you're nicknamed the Hurricane, correct?
Yes.
And that's something you've probably been called for a long time, haven't you? I mean, Dad probably started calling you that while you were still in diapers, I would imagine.
Well, actually, it just started 2 or 3 years ago.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Well, a hurricane's brewing, that's for sure. So Hurricane Hannah really swept through the GNCC racing nation here this year. That's pretty impressive. So I imagine that GNCC, you're a legacy, aren't you? Your dad's a racer, if I'm not mistaken, correct?
Yeah, he's been around.
What's your dad's name?
Douglas Hunter.
Okay. So tell me, what classes did he race, or does he race? I mean, how did he get involved in it?
Back in the day, he used to be Matt Smiley's mechanic, and I'm pretty sure he worked for Max's Tires for a little bit. He helped out Tracy a lot, too.
Right on. So, I mean, this was kind of a natural fit for you. Do you recall him doing all that stuff when did he work with Tracy whenever you were racing, or whenever you were little before you started racing that you can recall?
I think he stopped when I was 2, so I really don't remember.
Right.
Anything.
So you don't even remember the Matt Smiley days then, do you?
No.
Now, do you know Matt? Do you guys get
Yes.
Okay, great. And Matt still comes out. Matt actually still comes out every once in a while. He does it real incognito. He blows in, he blows out, never get a chance to say, hey, how you doing, or anything like that. So, but Matt, if you get a chance to watch this, love to have you on the show sometime in the future. Talk a little old school GNCC, and I'll let you talk all the trash you want to about everybody and anybody. But
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, we're actually neighbors, so he visits us a lot, and he always congratulates me, so I can probably get him on here.
Oh, that would be great. So we're going to need to pull that off. I got my connections. It's a small world after all, huh?
Oh, yeah.
So your dad, so he worked with Tracy, but I've seen you guys. I mean, well, I guess I've seen you around for a while because you've been racing. Did your dad race after Tracy and after Matt?
I don't really know if he got into GNCC racing. I just know he helped a lot.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's good. So how did you get the bug? I mean, he's a helper, and he goes. I mean, but what was it that grabbed Hannah's attention, and how were you when you first started showing an interest in riding and racing and stuff like that?
Well, I started on a little 50 Kawasaki around the backyard, and we went to the local tracks, and we started racing a DRR 50. And once we got a championship, we were like, we should try out GNCC, and we just clicked from there. So
did you start? You didn't start in the 50s. You started probably on the 70s in GNCC, then, I guess, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I started in the 70 CVT class.
CVT class. So that was boys, girls, everybody against everybody out there, then, huh?
Yeah, I used to beat up on Lane.
That's great. I love it. It's a little tougher now. He's kind of grown into himself a little bit. I think he's gotten a little bit faster, huh? Kid's fast.
Oh yeah, he's got way faster.
But there was a time when he used to get his butt handed to him by Hurricane Hannah Hunter, right?
Yep.
That's awesome. I love to hear that. So I take it you and Lane are probably pretty good buddies then, huh?
Yeah, we ride almost all the time. over the winter. We're probably going to ride in New Jersey a lot.
Well, that could explain why you're fast and while you get faster, while he's getting faster, probably trying to stay ahead of him. And you already said that you and Alicia are pretty close, and she gives you a lot of advice and things like that. It's a great network over there for you. So you made your way up through the ranks. Did you win championships as a kid? I mean, in the 70 classes and stuff like that?
I won 2 championships, one in the 70 and one in the girls 8 to 15.
Wow.
In 2012 and 14.
Wow, that's pretty cool. So did you do the, like, what they call the YXC, the super minis now, the YXC 1 class? Did you run that class, or did you run the girls class the whole time?
Once when I first started, I was actually in it, but we never had any good luck. We always broke, and those boys were really fast.
But nowadays things have turned around for you. I mean, it just kind of clicked for you whenever you got on the big quads, I guess.
Yeah, I needed to move up.
Some people are like that, that's for sure. So, favorite, greatest memory of GNCC racing you've got right now?
Definitely, my first WXC win. Tracy was on the plaque, and she signed it for me, and I still have it actually sitting right here.
Awesome.
Signed, and that's my favorite memory.
Wow. So what if somebody, I know you've already kind of shocked just because you've already told us that you're a wrestler, but what would somebody be surprised to know about Hannah Hunter?
Well, actually, right now I'm working with my dad doing landscaping all summer. It's pretty much how I'm staying in shape.
So he's got you mowing grass and running weed eaters and everything like that?
Yep, cutting down trees, picking up sticks.
Wow, bless your heart, child. You're an animal. That's all I got to say. You're hungry animal, and you want to win more races, I guess. So you're doing every aspect in life that you can to keep on top of your game. I think that's awesome and amazing. So you want to beat Tracy. That's a lot of championships, and there's a lot of competition. A lot of competition coming up through the ranks right now too, because you're only the beginning of the wave that's coming into the WXC class that's going to be doing and trying to achieve the things that you're trying to achieve right now. So,
yeah, that women's amateur class is definitely going to be something. And to those women amateur that are coming up, come up and ride with us, and I'm ready for some epic battles.
She's laying down the gauntlet, folks. Come on up. Get you some. All right. Any shout-outs or anything like that you would like to make before we let you go, Hannah?
Yeah, all my sponsors. I'd like to thank Texera Tech, Yield Cyberbarn, my mom and dad, Max's Tires, Jared McClure doing all my motors, Mika Metals, Hinson Racing, Fly Racing, the gear is amazing. Elka Suspension, Impact Solution, Casey Greek, thank you for tuning my suspension, make it work amazing. Spider Graphics, Counter Motorsports, Alaska Heads, Snowden Concept, Power Mist, Precision Racing, Powerballs, Renthal, Meadow Cycles, Weisco Pistons, Forworks, Quad Tech, Checker Racing, HMF, and 92 Goggles. Thank you guys, and all my fans and all the youth racers watching me. Thank you guys.
Well, thank you, Hannah. I really appreciate you taking the time to be on with us tonight and letting us get a chance to know you a little bit better. And I can't wait to see how the rest of the season goes for you. So I'll be looking forward to it. Make sure I know if you're going to be racing that afternoon race at any point this year. I want to see how you do against everybody, all right?
Yep, will do. Thank you.
All righty, sounds good. Well, that's what the lady they call the Hurricane right there, the young lady. She is, of course, the young lady that also has basically done something that no one else has been able to do, and that has been win a championship coming from the youth ranks all the way up. She is she is the first to be able to achieve that. So congratulations to her for being able to make that kind of history. Again, just want to take this opportunity to say thanks to everybody. For those of you that are tuning in, GNCC fans will also be tuning over to the 10 Seconds Cast channel on Facebook and on YouTube. Going to be talking with the three-time winner now, Rachel Archer, on the WXC side of things, on the two-wheel side of things. So join us over there if you will. In the meantime, be sure and share, like, comment, like YouTube, like Facebook, like and follow Hannah and everybody out there, so that we keep this stuff going and making, like she says, WXC ATV racing great again. For all of us here at Quad Radio and for Hannah Hunter, I'm Rodney Tomlin. Have a great night, everybody.